Today's topic is a very powerful topic, and it's really about creating a life worth living and without having to look back at the end of your life and having all these regrets. And over the years, I've done consultations and sessions with people in classes and students and talking about, especially people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and beyond, what they regret in their life. And also people on their deathbed, people who are getting ready to make a transition into the next journey. They often will talk about certain regrets, and I've been very conscious to listen as I get older especially, but to also apply things that I've learned and that has just really helped me so much in creating the life about moving beyond struggle, because so much of our struggle that we experience in life comes from ourselves. And I put together 9 different suggestions, I guess is a good word to put, suggestions that will help you to be more conscious, to create a reality that you won't look back and have regrets. Things that most people never think of until they're in their 40s and 50s and 60s. And as you can start to think about it and see the value of it. Because a life without regret, and it's really interesting because we often don't appreciate something until it's missing. You know, when somebody dies, or when you break up in a relationship, often we take things for granted because we're on such a forward motion of, continually trying to climb the corporate ladder or keep ourselves, our head above water, and we're always thinking of what's next to do. We have this to-do list that never ends. So one of the things that can help balance that is to start to create a to-be list. Who do you want to be at the end of your life? Who do you want to be now? But who do you want to be ultimately? Do you want to be a person who has missed out, took things for granted, and wished you had changed things, wish you didn't hurt so many people, including yourself, at the end of your life? Or do you want to be a person who's appreciated life, rich and full? Not that it's perfect, not that you didn't have conflicts and challenges, but you learned how to move past those challenges and how to live beyond struggle, how to move beyond struggle. And struggle is so much a process of our mind and our perception. When I was living in Florida years ago, I remember this lesson came to me. I was in my kitchen doing the dishes, after eating dinner. I was doing the dishes, and all of a sudden I'm like creating this big deal about doing the dishes. And I was making it into this huge struggle in my mind. And I realized, wait a second, Michaiel, it's just dishes. It won't take me that long. It's not going to keep me from doing anything. But it's amazing how we can talk ourselves into struggle and the meaning we attach to certain chores, instead of shifting from a position of cleanliness and love, and I'm doing this out of self-respect. It was like, I got to do my dishes. I got to finish my chores. But there's basically 2 ways that you can learn to appreciate your life, either through gratitude or through regret. I didn't realize what I had until I lost it. I didn't realize that relationship. I didn't realize that friendship. I didn't realize that person who died, how much they mattered to me, because I was always on this hamster wheel trying to spin forward and go a million miles away, a million miles an hour. So let's go ahead and dive into how can you make shifts and changes in your consciousness. And what's valuable about personal growth and personal development is you really don't need to go buy and do anything. It's about shifting and changing your priorities, your perception, your understanding, seeing the big picture, not just the little picture of all the daily details, but stepping back and seeing your life from a bigger perspective. So what is so valuable about personal growth in metaphysics itself is that you have everything you need. You are already living a metaphysical life. And people are saying, what? Michaiel, that doesn't make any sense. But what is metaphysics? Meta means beyond. Physics is the physical. Beyond the physical is all metaphysics means. And so, of course, Hollywood and, the books and things that talk about metaphysical as, ghosts and spirits and all these things. And that's obviously, they're not physical and they're phenomena. They are metaphysical. But what about you? What is it about you that's metaphysical? Well, your attitudes, your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, the choices that you have available, and the decisions you make are all metaphysical. You can't show me a jar of love. You can't contain it. It's an emotion. You can You can experience the expression of it, but metaphysically it doesn't, it's energy, it's pure energy. It does not physical. Now, the same with your attitudes and your beliefs. And you can change that. And when you change the metaphysical, what's beyond the physical has to change. It's almost as if your physical reality is an expression and a reflection of your consciousness. And your consciousness is your mind. And your mind is your attitude, beliefs, thoughts, feelings, choices, decisions, your imagination, your intuition, your wisdom. All of that makes up who you are. And those are the things that never age. Think about it. You know, we have a value system of, idealizing youth and physical fitness and health and all these things that are physical. And don't get me wrong, those are all valuable. But the things that last forever, your ability to love, to be intimate, to have creativity in your life, to express your passion, those things get better with age. We don't often realize that, again, until it's taken away or something happens where you're not able to express those things. Through the regret, you start to appreciate. So as I began, living a life that you create that is worth living. A life worth living is a life living where you don't have regrets or very many regrets at the end of it. Perhaps there's one or two, but you don't have a boatload of regret.